Hey everybody, this is Kirk with an easy way to trade. Do me a favor, before you watch this video, hit the like button and then hit the subscribe button so you can be notified when we do our other videos. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to go ahead and get started. My name is Kirk Wheeler. I'm with an easy way to trade and the real Forex. Tonight, guys, we're going to be going over our top-down analysis, which we affectionately like to call the real Forex, with our chart master Eric B. And the reason we call it that, guys, is because we're coming with the real Forex. There's a lot of platforms out there that inundate you with, different things on your charts, indicators, and all types of stuff on your charts. But we want to come with the real Forex where we have a naked chart. That way we can actually see it better. And I know I've been hit a lot this week in my inbox and private messages and in Uncle Lee's groups. Most of you guys are from Uncle Lee's group. And again, this is an open forum right here. So if you have questions, please do not hesitate to unmute yourself and stop me. And again, if you don't have any background noise, you can keep yourself unmuted. Because again, like I said, on our Zooms, we love to have interaction. So if you have questions, feel free to stop us. I am going to be, starting this call up this evening, going over a little basics. Then I'm going to introduce my partner, Chartmaster Eric B. He goes over all of our top-down analysis stuff. And as you can see, so again, what we do, ladies and gentlemen, is we pretty much mark our charts up before we take the trades. And that's really all I'm going to say on that. We mark our charts up. As you can see, we mark up support. And you don't need a whole bunch of indicators on it to do this. Simply find your structures. We start on the higher time frames and come down. So with that being said, guys, I don't want to take away the thunder of my partner, Mr. Eric B, because this is his realm here. I'm more specifically with the EA, but I think we're like 5-1 so far with the signals, and we're still in NZD CAD, which is still a valid signal right now. So I am going to turn this over to Chartmaster Eric B. Are you there?
Yeah, I'm here. Basically, just starting out what Kurt was saying, this is just for you guys to ask questions. If you have any questions about your trading, any questions about the signals, we just wanted to touch base. Again, I've been getting a lot of private messages. He's been getting a lot of private messages. So we just felt like we'd do a Zoom and try to answer all the questions to help you guys out. And also just go over how I'll trade, which is very simple strategy, but most people overlook it. With that said, anyone have any questions to start out? And again, guys, this is for you. If you don't have any questions, I don't really have too much to tell you, so hopefully you guys have some questions. Anybody?
Hey, Eric, this is Russell. If you get a chance, can you pull up a couple of charts that you don't like the looks of and you don't see a trade, so we can see how you evaluate that?
All right. Basically, good question. Basically, what I do, Kurt, I have to share my screen, if you don't mind. Thank you. Can you guys see my screen?
Yes. Yeah.
All right. Basically, what we do, we teach you, of course, just to give you guys, like Kurt was saying, I don't use any indicators. Mainly, it's market structure, price action. I've been trading, just a little background about me. I started with IML 2016. I've been trading for 7 years. I've probably been teaching for 5 off and on. Don't really have a big group or anything like that, just word of mouth. I'm not one of those that I'm a semi-private person, so I don't really brand. I'm not branding myself and doing all that kind of stuff, even though people have recommended that I will be pretty good and make a lot of money doing it. I just prefer to trade and do things like this. That's why mainly you guys hear from Kurt, not me. I'm just behind the scenes trading, doing signals and things of that nature. But I've been teaching off and on for like 5 years. I love trading. The best thing that ever happened to me, I was in construction for 20 years. And around, the 2008, 2010, but, everything crashed. So I was, just trying to reinvent myself and whatnot. And came a few years later, ran across someone that introduced me to IML. And I just did my research, and I'm like, it's something that I can control. It's a skill set for life, and it is for life, guys. It's something that I see a lot of people in comments and different groups. They, everybody want to focus strictly on the signals. Everybody want to focus strictly on EAs and everything. There's nothing wrong with that, but there's nothing like having a skill that no one can take away from you. And really, when it really hit me that I had a skill is when COVID hit and everybody was losing their job and things of that nature and worry about the next paycheck. The market was closed like a day and a half. And as long as the market was open, I was trading and I made good money and I was in position to help my family, to help them out financially. So that's when I knew it was a blessing, guys. But, I don't really say too much in chats because, everybody's different. Everybody got their own thing. A lot of people don't have time for this. They don't have time for that. But all I got to say, tell you guys, if you're looking for something that's going to change your life, if it's not with us, and I recommend if it's not with us, it's with someone else, please put the time in and learn this skill set. But that's it. Just any questions about me? Is that it? We can get into trading. All right, Russ, basically what I do is go to the higher time frame, guys. And I'm going to just start because a lot of you guys are new. The reason we go to the higher time frame, and I want you guys to answer the question. I haven't done this in a while because the group that I usually, my main group, they've been with me for a little bit, so they know the deal. So I don't really have to repeat myself a lot. But since we have a new group, and I don't know where you guys are as far as your training, your level of experience, skill, I'll just start from the top. Mainly, the reason we go to the higher time frame because it's the true trend. Let's just use common sense. Do you guys think a 2-month trend versus a 4-month trend or a 6-month trend, which is stronger? Somebody talk to me. Which is stronger, 2-month trend or a 6-month trend?
6 months.
Yeah, more time put in the trend, the stronger the trend, correct? All right. And the reason why there's trends on the higher time frame, who moves the market? Can anybody answer that? Who moves the market?
Bankers.
Who?
Bankers.
Bankers, and who else? Who else moves the market?
The market makers.
Who else moves the market?
Retail traders.
There you go. We move the market. Bankers, and you got all the questions. I mean, all of them was right, but the main one I wanted to say, retail trader. We help move the market also. And we are what? Human beings, and we are creatures of habit. So we like to do things over and over and over. And I want the new guys that's up here, I want you to, if you don't take anything from me tonight, I want you to write this down. We move the market. We're creatures of habit. All we're doing with trading is using history to predict the future. Let me repeat that. We're using history to predict the future. And all we're doing is going to the higher time frame, and I'm basically a technical trader. I'm looking for trends because trends will be there. And all we're doing is finding trends. And once we find a trend, we put ourselves in position to capitalize on it. Put a 1 in the chat if that makes sense so far. Put a 1 in the whatever. Did I say 1? Yeah, I can't remember. Put a 1 in the chat if that makes sense. All right. So the trade plan that we start out, and I'm not going to go into everything, but what we do, we go to the higher time frame, and all we're doing is looking for support, resistance, and trend lines to help us find trends. And you'll be amazed at how often you can find trends just using support resistance. All right. For example, just looking at AUD USD. If I pull this right here, somebody help me. What is this? What is this zone called?
It's called support
There you
and
go.
or, uh-huh.
Yeah, support, or you can get in that. I'm gonna say I don't get too technical. Let me go ahead and get this out of the way. I'm not one of those traders that bring up liquidity, imbalance, all that stuff. I'm very simple. I mean, trading is very simple, guys. Don't overthink it. One thing that I teach guys that come in, get all that noise out of your head. Keep it basic. Keep it basic. Most people that I teach that's paid thousands and thousands of dollars with online trading academy, and then they come over here and they blown away and they're like, man, I could have saved $5,000 or $10,000, whatever level they went up with online trading academy, and paid you. Because what happens is these guys give you guys so many, like, I mean, think about it. You're trying to trade, but you got an RSI you got to worry about. You got the MACD you got to worry about. You got the 13 across the 20 you got to worry about. You got, you know what I mean? You got the news you got to worry about. You got bearish candles. You got, and I'm going to just be honest. When I first started, I had all these indicators on my chart, and I was one of those two that was trying to memorize every candlestick pattern. I don't know what, all you need to know is what a rejection is, a bearish candle, engulfing candle, or a bullish engulfing. That's it. But I was one of those, trust me, I was trying to remember all the patterns. Now, some people still go by that, but at the end of the day, it comes down to support resistance and to help you locate trends. That's really what it boils down to. All right. And I'm going to break this down. So with this said, right here was support. For me, it takes 2 rejections to confirm. So we wouldn't have traded on these first 2 rejections. 1, 2. We wouldn't have traded on those. Even though we have some that came close, they will be counted too. But I'm gonna just go ahead and get the ones that's in there. So when price came down here, all right, what we've been looking for on the third one, Russ.
Sorry about
Somebody-
that, Eric. I had my
Oh, no problem.
mute on. Can you ask the question again, please?
Yeah, so when price came over here back down to support, you have been looking for what?
Oh, you're looking for a buy.
There you go. So when price came down and price is in our zone, guys, all we do is step it down to the 4-hour and we start looking for confirmations. That's all we're doing. All right, confirmations is basically just looking at what kind of rejections are we getting around this area. Mainly when you get rejections, you're gonna get double bottoms, engulfing candles, things of that nature. You know, I do look at double bottom, double tops, something like that. So right here, you see price started rejected here. So when it came up, we could have been looking at, we start saying, okay, it's rejecting, right? I'm going down to the 1 hour just to confirm. We step it all the way down to the 15-minute to enter the trade, guys. You see price here. Price is bouncing around. All right, let me give you guys one more nugget. And when price is in a zone, and some of you guys may not know this, when price is in a zone, what confirmations can you look for to help you know that the zone support is holding, the resistance is holding, or the trend line is holding? What confirmations? Give me 2 or 3. Anybody? And it does it every time. Anybody?
M's and W's, y'all.
No, not you. Anybody that's new?
I was gonna say break and retest.
No. When it comes to a zone, this is what happens. I'm gonna redraw this zone. And that's how, as you go down in lower time frame, you redo your zones because, of course, on the daily, it just hits you in your face. So you have to tighten up your zone as you go. This is what happens. You will get a double bottom if you're looking for a buy. Price will consolidate and you'll look for rejection. It does it every time. It does it. Even though this was a fake out, this is kind of fake out, and it does this a lot. So that's why you have to keep an eye. This is why I do 30. This is why, Russ, I think you was on my training the other night, right? This is why I like to have my stop loss way below my zone. Make sense? Because sometimes it'll fake out. Once it faked out and came up, you see where it went up 100 pips. Does that make sense?
Yes.
But anytime price gets in your zone and you start and you get to well, I'm on the 1 hour, I'm sorry. We enter on the 15 minute. You said better on the 15 minute. There you go. Sorry, I wonder why that looked weird. But don't you see look how much price consolidate. Sometimes it doesn't consolidate that long. Sometimes it may only consolidate 2 or 3 hours, something like here, then go up. But this did consolidate a lot, but it did eventually what? Break up and get 100 pips. Any questions so far? Any questions? All right, we're gonna go to another pair. Somebody give me a pair. I'm just so you know you'll think I'm
Gold.
picking.
Gold.
Who's this? Who's that?
This is
Gold.
Mike.
You
Yes,
guys
sir.
love gold. Love you guys. Are you a pretty good trader?
Uh,
Have you
I
made
have
any
some.
withdrawals?
I have some information, but the results is not.
Have you made any withdrawals?
No, no. The results are
This
not
is
consistent with
and
that.
don't take this the wrong way, guys.
I'm
To
not sure.
this day, and most of the guys have been around, I've been trading for 7 years. I've been a profitable trader probably 5.5 years. I just started really getting into indices. I don't trade a lot, and I really don't trade gold because you know why? I make so much money on easy pairs. Forex pairs are easy. If you just take your time, give yourself a good lot size and do it. But what happens is everybody's so focused on gold and indices because why? It's like it's like Vegas. If you get one good run, you can double and triple your account. But on the flip side, if it goes against you, you can blow your account. Make sense? There's nothing wrong with trading. Don't get me wrong, but you really have to know what you're doing. Can I trade it? Yes, but I'm so comfortable trading just regular easy Forex pairs. I'm like, why? But I do, and I've told my members, for me to really get to the financial level or the financial income level that I should be with my skill set, I probably need to trade indices a little more. But for you guys starting out, master the regular Forex. This is just my opinion. Of course, everybody's grown, right? This is just my opinion. So don't lie like I'm trying to tell you what to do. Master the regular Forex pairs, master your strategy on those, then go to gold. Because the same strategy that I'm showing you on the regular Forex pair works on all pairs because structure is on indices, structure is on gold, right? So it works, but getting back to going to gold. Somebody asked a question, and I'll do pound. All right, gold was this right here was an easy trade right here because what is gold doing? Gold's in an uptrend. It's definitely just breaking retest all the way. You see the breaking retest there. You could have entered here, could have entered here. Let's go all the way down to the 4 hour. Usually don't sit on but yeah, gold was a very easy trade buy. And all you're doing is waiting for it to break structure. This was a resistant break, came back and retest. It gave you a double bottom, went up, gave you a double bottom. If you guys notice, and it's giving you the same play, guys. Usually, not all the time, but it's giving you. See, I gave you a double bottom here, here, and then what? Went up, double bottom here, and then went all the way up here. Those were easy trades. If you use structure to help you get into trades. Mike, does that make sense?
Yes, sir.
That'll help you. But make sure you look for structure. Use structure to help you get in those trades. And just for example, again, I'll just use this over here. Well, this is already consolidating, but let me go to the daily. Like right here was a nice support. I mean, just a nice zone where price just bounced off. You break it all the way down. I mean, you could have been buying because each one of these moves is 200 pips. You know what I'm saying? Each one of these moves is like 200 pips. Every one of these, every little small move there. This move here, this move here. So you could have been buying in there, but right now I don't see anything. The only thing I see on gold is breaking and creating a new high. And so I'm looking for this to retest. This is where we break it down to the 1 hour to see what we get. If it's already, look at there, it's already rejected. So I look for gold to move a little higher, because all it's doing is breaking zones as it goes up. And I'll go back and show you guys. And when you see that, it's in a nice, and we make, I mean, when prices, when pairs are trending, that's when you make all the money, guys. You just have to be patient and wait it out.
Hey, Eric,
Yeah, go ahead.
how are you, can you show us how you're drawing the zones?
The zones is really just the bottom of candles. This just use US oil. I do trade US oil a little bit too. That's another one you can make good money on. But let me just find a pair. Somebody give me another pair. I don't like picking pair. I just like for you guys to give me a pair and I'll
Go to
pick it
GJ.
up.
Somebody asked for GJ.
GJ, all right, give me GJ.
And Eric, can you break it down to where, you know, how you start with your new people, 2 candle close?
I mean, we haven't gotten there. Yeah, I get
Okay.
there. That's I'm not getting into, I mean, some of the stuff, but
Okay.
yeah, I'm gonna go over just an overall view of how we trade.
All right.
All right. How I draw my zones, mainly just in a common, like right here. I'm just going back over here. And I'm gonna just say this. All right, this is a good one here. I'm gonna give this away. Maybe I'm gonna drop another nugget for you guys. Draw zones are mainly where you to tighten your zones, you mainly want to be where price rejected in a common area. Let me repeat that. To make a great zone is mainly where price have rejected in a common area. All right. And you can write this down, guys. You can practice this. You can do connect the dot. I have a connect the dot video training for people. All you have to do is say, if you want to know if it's a good zone, price went here, stop, correct? Price went here, stop, correct? Price went here, stop, correct? Price went here and stop, correct? Everybody agree?
Yes.
All right. Can I connect those dots? Yeah, I know I'm pretty good. Just can somebody go ahead and say it?
You're pretty good.
That's it. That's how you
Yeah.
tighten up.
Yeah.
That's how you tighten up
Yeah.
to know that you have a great zone. And you see, again, what did I say at the beginning? Price loves to repeat itself. So we wouldn't have traded these first two. It takes two for us to confirm a zone. But we would have took this sale, and when it came back over here, we would have been looking at that sale. Make sense? All right, now I'm gonna do that again. Where's another place? Price came here, stop. Price came here, stop. Price came here, stop. Price came here, stop. Can I connect them? Is that a good zone?
Yes.
All right, now let's get one that's ugly. Price came here, price here, price is here, price is here. Can I do anything with that? Anybody? Nope. Does that make sense?
Yes.
All right. Does that help you with someone that has a question about zones? Does that, whoever asked the
thanks.
question, did that help?
Yeah.
All right. Same thing with trend lines. Because you got three guys, support, resistance, trend lines. You do the same thing with trend lines. Right here, I'm looking for a buy on this. Prices coming here are already starting to reject. We also have what? A break and retest, because that is a zone there. So it created a what? New high, and it's coming back. And no, not the guys that's members now, but I want to ask the new guys that's up here. If price comes back to the trend line and is at a support zone, what is that called?
Break and retest.
No, we know we got to break and retest. You have two confirmations. If you have two confirmations, what are they called?
Rejection?
I call it a
No.
buy.
If you have two confirmation in one place, we have basically two confirmations. Let me break it down. Maybe I'm not giving you enough. We have two confirmations in one place.
There you go.
We have price coming back to the trend line, and we have price coming back to support on the break and retest.
Confluence.
I was
Who's
exhausted
that?
and I just got your
Who
message.
said that? Who was that?
That was Russell.
Russell, what did you say?
Confluence.
Confluence. There you go. That's confluence because you have two confirmations. So that's even making us feel better about this potential what? Buy. That's all it is. Right? Also, while we're on this, just so, and John, I'm sorry, John, I missed your message. John put confluence in there too. Sorry, John, I just saw your message. Also, just to let you guys know, usually when you're doing zones on the higher time frame, you know, a lot of people are like, how many people use fibs up here? Anybody use the Fibonacci?
Occasionally.
Occasionally. I have it up here and I do it just to play around with it, to teach, you know, just to tease people. Mainly when your zones are correct and you're at a good zone, the Fibonacci lines up with those zones. So really, you don't really have to confirm anything with a Fibonacci. Like this right here, this is probably a 61A. I mean, and I don't really use it. I mean, want to bet on that? Anybody?
I'll bet you just because I want to see it.
What is it?
Just as you called it.
Right here. Most of the zones. I can go all day and show you this. All right. Like this one right here, this break and retest is usually, that's probably going to be 23. Well, 38, I'm sorry, because I didn't see that with, but it's pretty close. But you see where zones usually lines up with Fibonacci. So that's when I find out that, I'm like, you don't need Fibonacci. You know, but I know people live and trust by it, but if you mark in your zones, you don't need it. Does that make sense?
Yes.
All right. So now I'm looking at this GJ for a buy. So what's the next step? I'm gonna go down. I gotta tighten up my zones. All right. So we got zones here. It's a break and retest. We love, this is what Kirk was talking about. We like to have more than two candles closed that let us know that price is rejected. We're working on what? 3. So that's making me feel better because that was a nice resistance. It broke, it came back and rejected, and it's been here 8 hours, and we just had a new candle open, right? So this is making me feel good about the buy. So now I'm gonna break it all the way down to the 15 minute. And what I say, and then when we go to 15 minutes, we got to redraw our zones again. I like to have my zone at the bottom. I love, because why do I draw zones at the bottom? Somebody help them out. They probably don't know that. Why should you draw your zone at the bottom of price on the different time frame?
It helps with the
Especially
entry.
What's that?
Helps with your entry.
And because price loves to do what?
Make a double bottom.
There you go. So this is
Retest.
why, and this is why a lot of you guys, it happened to me when I first started. Think about it. You're sitting here looking at this. We just broke it all the way down from the daily. You're like, okay, this is a buy. We get in right here, right? What does price do? Come all the way down and retest this. If we measure this, That's about 40, 50 pips. Then when you get up or you come back and look at it, where's price? All the way up here. This is where you have to set your rules and be disciplined. For me, I will not get in this trade unless I'm 30 pips or less from my zone. And the reason why is because I have to have my stop loss below my zone. Anyone besides Russ, Russ just went over this. Anyone know why I want my stop loss on the other side of the zone?
Because
Anyone?
you have a tendency to get stopped out if you don't.
And then the zones is basically a wall, correct?
Right.
Yeah, because think about it, guys. Wouldn't that be the smart thing if we know price loves to do what? If price can do this, bounce off support, we want to bounce here and do what? Go up. But our stop loss is here. But if we're in up here and we got a 30 pip stop loss, we're stopped out. Even a 50 pip, you're almost getting stopped out. Make sense?
Yes.
That's risk management. Any other questions? Anyone have any other questions that they want me to go over? I think I went through a lot, but
Yeah. I have a question related to TP. I noticed how when you drew it up, it blasted above the previous high.
TPs, let me go to one of my trades. This also so I can break down why AJ was a signal. I think Kirk went over this, but I want to go over this again. All right, this is a signal here that I had here. And just to let you guys know, like right now we're 5-1. We have one trade still open. But what happens is when I add up my pips, I say potential net pips. The reason why I say potential net pips because if I call this trade here and it goes up here, what I'm saying is from here to there is 151 pips. I don't know where Russ took his money. I don't know where Mike took his money. I don't know where Chatham took his money. So basically what I'm saying is it went 150 some pips. You guys should have made some money somewhere in there. Does that make sense? That is why I add the total 150 pips total. Does that make sense?
Yes.
And guys, when
All
he
right.
does it, 20 pips is a win, 19 pips is a
Yeah.
loss.
Well, I'm good to go with it. Also, the reason why I have take profit one, that doesn't mean that's my take profit one. That doesn't mean it's Russ take profit one. Doesn't mean Mike's take profit. I don't know what you guys' goals are. I don't know your trade plan. I don't know what's your daily goals and things of that nature. The reason why I challenge myself, if you guys been around the block, if you've been around here, in this industry, people, they get up 5 or 10 pips, they call it a win. I challenge myself. If I can't give you a signal that goes 20 pips, it's not a signal to me. Because 20 pips can make good money. Everybody agree?
Yes.
Everybody agree. So it has to go 20. If it goes 18, matter of fact, let's look at one. NZD CAD. Look at it. NZD CAD went the first time. Look at it. If it did, look at it. It went 19? Well, I might have had, I guess I went 20. I was off a little bit.
Could have been the spread.
I made mistakes, so that's a win. Let me add that up again. Maybe I'm off. Let me do that again. Maybe I'm off a little bit. Let me add that. Hold up. Let me see. I'm at 8. Yeah, how did I do that? How did I get that wrong? My entry is 18. I got 41. Yeah, I was off, guys. I'm sorry, but that's a win.
So you're 6-0.
Yeah, I'm 6, right? No, 6-1. Yeah, so
Okay.
that is. I'm off. I'm glad I looked at that. No, I'm 6-1 right now. I'm sorry.
Okay. Okay. 'Cause that's
Well,
trading
no,
solo.
realistically, you're still 5-1 because everybody used your 20 pip TP, so they didn't hit yet.
Yeah, true. If they
It
did
hit
it, yeah, if they did it, true. But I'm counting it as a win.
yet.
That's my fault, guys. Yeah, because 18, 20, 38. But get back to it. And that stuff happens because you know why, guys, and I'll go through this. But what happens is, like, if get back to what Kurt said, if it went 18 reverse and just stopped me out or stopped us out, some of you guys may have took the money at 18, 17 pips and won. But far as the signals, that's a loss. It has to go 20 pips for me to count it as a win. You know, that's just my thing, because I've been around where when I first started and watching these guys, and you know, if it goes 5 pips, it's a win, 10 pips, and they want to get their percentage up to 80 and 90. Yeah, I guess so. If you counting wins at 5 and 10 pips, I guess you can have a 90%.
What's the saying they say, Eric? Tell them the saying they say.
Oh yeah, if it's blue, it's on you, whatever. They used to say all that. You know, but me, it has to go 20. If it doesn't go 20, then it's a L for me. And that's just me challenging myself to make sure I give you guys the best, or my members the best signals. You know, and over the 9 months, I think you guys seen it. Over the 9 months, this is my Discord. If you guys, whoever end up having to become, this is all the signals goes all the way back to August is when I started this Discord. But go here, I do it end of the month. And this is what happens the last 9 months. And my worst month was last month. But I had 209 wins, 103 losses, 66% win rate, almost 9,000 potential pips. And every trade is documented in these signals. Every trade you can look in there. But my worst month was last month, April. It was 60%. Everything else is up until then, I was averaging about 68, 69, right at 70% win rate. Basically,
that's crazy, Eric. That was your bad month, but you're still net potential 570.
Oh yeah. We still netted and we still won. I mean, we were still up, but that was my bad month. And then I go through and like the month of April, I was 6-2. I mean, not the month, that week I was 6-2. The first 2 weeks was bad for me. I was 7-1, 6-2 the last 2 weeks, but this is what got me. The first week of April, I was 2-3, and then the second week of April, I was 2-5. So, and then guess what? You stick with your trade plan. You don't get frustrated. You stay disciplined. The following week, I was 7-1, and then I had one open, and then that ended up winning. When the market opened the following week, I didn't count it though. And then last week, the week before, I was 6 wins, 2 losses. So I'm pretty. Go ahead. Question.
Yeah.
You're breaking up.
Hello. Can you hear me?
You're breaking up. I can't hear you.
I want to ask why.
Wilson, put it in the chat
You
box.
may have to type it up. You're
Yeah.
going in and out with your speaker, I guess. I don't know, but I can't hear you. Can you type it in the chat? You're going in and out. And while he does that, anyone else have any other questions?
Yeah, I have a question.
Who's this?
What did you attribute that first losing 1 or 2 weeks to? You didn't change up your trading style, did
Oh
you?
no.
Okay.
Good. Hey, good question, man. I love the way you think. Basically what happens is, and the guys that's been around me, some weeks you got to sit on your hands. Sometimes if you notice, and when I have a bad week, and if you notice, this one here I did go 7. This one here I only had 5. But usually when I have a bad week, I may only take 2 to 3 trades, maybe 4 max. Because what happens is, and this is what happens with indicators, EAs and everything, you know, and Kirk go over this with his, he teaches you how to, sometimes you got to sit on your hands. So what happens is, let me go to a pair. Now I love that question, man, because most people don't think that way. Let's go to here. All right. So eventually, when things are trending, I'm gonna use this for example. When things are trending, who asked that question? I like to know who I'm talking to.
Mike.
All right, Mike. So when things are trending, you know, this is going in the uptrend. We buy. And guess what? What happens? Eventually, it got to reverse, right? So we're buying, and I keep trying to buy, and then they start breaking structure. What happens? Now things begin to reverse, and everything start to break. And you'll be amazed, like when pairs start breaking structure, majority of the pairs start breaking structure. And when it start breaking structure, we trade on market structure and price action. So when I see price started, I call it market, when the market starts shifting. And it usually happens about once every 2 months or 3 months. And those 1 week or 2 weeks, you may have to be limited. You can't chase it. And this is what happens with most people. When the market starts shifting, they just push harder. They take more trades trying to make up for the losses. Where we know better, right? You know better now, right, Mike? When you start losing, if you got a strategy that you believe in and that you know it works, and then you start losing 2 or 3 trades, and price started breaking through structure, going against you, guess what? That tells me I need to sit down a little bit. I need to be patient and maybe wait the next week, let the market cycle back around. Does that make sense?
Yes.
And that's discipline. That's all that is patience and discipline. Not that, okay, if the market's shifting, I still got to make money. I still got to be in the trade, because I'll tell you guys, I'm not one of those that I'm gonna ask you guys a question in the chat. I'm gonna get there. I'm not one of those guys that came in and everything was good and everything was well. No, I'll tell you, I was broke, went through a divorce, going through some things myself. And when I came in, I probably blew 10 or 15 live accounts because I was chasing the money because I needed it back. I have 2 girls, 2 daughters. Matter of fact, my oldest daughter getting married June 10th, so I had, so I'm chasing the money. And, when you're chasing money, you don't have any discipline, you don't have anything. So I'm blowing 10 to 15 live accounts, guys, and taking 45. And let me tell you this, 45 to 50 trades a week. If I was not in a trade, there was an issue. You understand where I'm coming from? I know a lot of you guys been there. You're thinking about it. I hope you haven't been that bad, but that's where I was. And that's when I had to realize, quit chasing the money and chase the skill. And I don't know if you guys notice, I always majority of the time, when I type something, I always put hashtag a skill set for life. It is a skill set for life. Put time in to learn the skill, the money will come. Trust me. It happened to me. I've seen a lot of people change lives. I've taught people now that's teaching for other platforms. I've got students that's doing their own thing, teaching and making money. So I've helped plenty of people quit their job. So it works. The proof is in the pudding. You know what I mean? I'm not trying to reinvent the wheel. I've been approached by plenty of people with different strategies. All right, show me that if it works. You know what I mean? And then they can't give me the numbers. This right here tells me right here. Do I need anybody? I don't need anything else right here. All you gotta do, there's no fluff here. This is like what I put in here. What did I put somewhere? Document. Oh, right here. Every trade is documented in the signals channel. No fluff. This is the signals channel. You can scroll up all the way to August. I can't make these numbers up. They're in there.
People lie, numbers don't, right?
You know what I mean? They're in there. So I can't make that up. So when people come at me with strategies, but then they can't show me results, they can't call a trade. And I'll tell you guys, if you with people and they can't call trades and all they want to talk about is, and this gets me too, it gets me when they start talking about mindset and that's all they want to teach is mindset and all that. No, let me tell you guys, right? You know what's the most important thing you need to learn? Anybody know? By watching me so far. What's the most important thing you need to learn?
Market structure.
And price action. And where are you going to learn that at?
On the charts.
Anybody? Why you got to answer that, man? Hey, right here. Fall in love. I fell in love with these charts. This is where the money is. These charts talks to you. once you understand how trend works, rejections, all that, it talks to you and money just start coming to you. It's like sometimes it's like taking candy from a baby. Not always, because you can see the first 2 weeks of April, it wasn't that good. But majority of the time, it is like taking candy from a baby.
The baby fought back.
You know what I'm saying? You know, just like looking at this right here. This is a trade the guys had on the training the other day. Everybody see that? All right. We had a rejection here, rejection here. What should we be looking for right here? This is a
Sell.
trade that what?
I saw.
There you go. Let's go to the 4 hour, confirm it. What did price do? Price just bouncing around, gave us double top, 4 hour candles. This is another thing. This is price action. Price action. I don't even know how many. Probably 48 hours. Price failed to break resistance. You know, make sense? That's holding. Go all the way down to the 15-minute. What did price? Oh, hold up. And now I'm gonna redraw this zone as you go. And I want anybody, and I pointed out this once. When price is showing you his hand at his zone, what is price gonna do? What is 2 to 3 confirmation that price is going to show you?
It's going to drop.
No. What is going to show you? What is it doing? Giving you double tops, consolidation.
Mm-hmm.
Makes it? It does it every time.
Okay.
The market repeats itself over and over and over and over and over. You just have to be patient and wait it out. You just have to be patient and wait it out. So like each one of these moves, I mean, I think they call it, you know, that's right there. That move right there was 40 pips. I think we was over here when they took it Tuesday, I think. Or was it Tuesday? One of them. That might have been here. So each one of these drops is decent pips. That right there is what, 20 pips. So that move right there, you could have every time it came back, you could have got another entry. That was 20 pips. That right there was decent pips. That right there was decent pips. I'm gonna measure. So every time price came back, and this right here is a prime example, right? Didn't I say price love to test what? Love to retest what?
Zones structure, yeah.
Love to retest. That's 40 pips drop again. Came back and retest. Did another drop, 40 pips. It loves to retest. And you know that, oh, hold up, let me say this. And how do you know you got a good zone? Common area. Can I connect the dots on that? What you guys, which I already did.
Mm-hmm.
Connect it. Boom. Don't have to be perfect, but you see how you can connect the dots. That's how you know you got a good zone. All right, now let me catch up on some of these. He's making money off of the charts. He's shaking money out the chart. All right. Would you share with us how the EA works with these signals? The EA don't work with these. This is manual trading, top-down analysis. Just to let you guys know, we have two parts. Me and Kirk partnered up, and so we have 2 parts. You have guys who trades the EA, which I trade the EA, but my main thing is manual trading. So my thing is teaching people how to trade manual. Kirk handles the EA, and the EA has its own signals. So the EA has nothing to do with my signals. The EA signals are in the Telegram by itself that comes out. I hope that answers your question. All right. If you have something else on that, let me know. Maybe Kirk can answer it. But the EA and my signals are 2 different things. How do you determine when to stay in a trade until next take profit? Good. Let me answer the other one before. What's special about the M15 entry? Why not the M5? It's just too much noise on the M5. I'm not saying you can't do the M5. I tried it a couple times. It's just too much for me for some reason. And if it works for you, that's fine. You know, because I changed 3 years ago. I never went lower than the 1 hour to about 3 years ago. And I was watching someone and it's like, you need to try the lower time frame to see more detail. So I went to lower time frame and then I started like, okay, paying attention to 15 minutes. So, but if the 5 minute works for you, that's fine. It's the same thing. A zone's a zone. See, that's the key. As long as you got your zones correct, it doesn't matter. But if you like to see price on the 15 minute, I think because it's just so much going on the 15 minute, it's up and down, where, you know, the 15 minutes is about as low as I want to go. You know, I know some people go down to the 1 minute, you know, but there's nothing wrong with going to the 5 minute if that's what you like. As long as you got your zones correct, it doesn't matter. I hope that answers your question. Oh my God, who wrote this? All right, he's asking a question. By the time, how do you handle it? It's not a problem. He was asking, the question was, when you go from the 15 minute, I mean, we're doing that now. We're doing that now because we're looking at things that's already happened. But when I'm going through a trade, let's see, can I find something tonight? Let's do that. But when we're going through a trade, I'm looking for something now. You know, for example, so just like right here, this could be a potential break and retest on UJ. All right, let's go to the 4 hour. All right, we already got, you know, you guys see that? It's kind of rejected. Come in there, let's go to the 15 minute. This right here, it's already gone. What I would do is I'll set an alert. I'll do this, and I'll mark this as a bottom, and I'll put an alert right here. So that means I get a text to my phone if price comes down in my area that I want to take the trade. But most of the time, to answer your question, usually we'll find trade that's ready now, because it doesn't take, you guys see I have all my pairs over here. It takes me 15 minutes to go through all my pairs. And sometimes we'll find trades that's ready now. So it's not all the time that I'm waiting for trades. And if I'm waiting for the trade, that's fine. I'm patient. That's where discipline comes in. And there's times just to be, and I'm glad you asked that question. And this is where discipline comes in, right here. All right. And the guys I know that's been in my group, and they will ask me, what if it doesn't come back? What if it goes up here? I don't care. I want what I want. It's my trade plan. It's my trade plan. Make sense? It's my trade plan, because the worst thing that could happen to me is I get in early and it comes all the way down and stop me out 50 pips. I prefer to miss this trade than to get in early and I'm in drawdown. And if you guys notice, you haven't heard that term drawdown. You notice that? You won't hear that term over here, drawdown, because 30 pips is not really drawdown. You know, when you're doing 50 to 60 pips drawdown, stop loss, that's drawdown. But I prefer to miss this trade if it's not close to my zone. But to answer your question, majority of the time, we will find trades that's close enough to our zone to take trades that's ready now. If not, we'll just set an alert. And you just have to be patient, because I know right now some people are like, well, I'm gonna get in now, I don't want to miss. I prefer to miss that than to get in up here and it comes back and stop me out. Make sense? That's just me being patient in this.
Yes.
I hope that answers your question. Anyone have any other questions?
Do you have any videos on YouTube?
Nah, no. I like I said, I don't do social media. I mean, Kirk, we've done some training, and he's put up an easy way to trade videos where I've done some training. But like I said, guys, I'm a kind of private person, so I'm not branding myself. I don't do all IG, none of that kind of stuff. Everything I do is word of mouth. You know, if somebody hear about me, like, matter of fact, I got a call today. A lady that I trained 2 years ago, her son just graduated college. He wants to get in, and he texted me. She gave my number. He called me, and he said he'd like to be a part of my group. I mean, the majority of my team is word of mouth. Yes, I've been told over and over, you could be this, so much bigger if you brand, if you do this and do that. I don't really care about that. I make money trading, and if I get a following from word of mouth and make money teaching that way, that's fine. But I don't want to be the face of anything. I'm good. Yeah, I hope that answers your question.
Yes, yeah, it does.
I don't like everybody in my pockets, basically. And the ones that's always bragging about their cars and all that, sometimes that's suspect. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
I'm old school. You know what I
Me
mean? I
too.
don't want you to know what everything I got. No,
Right,
I'm not
right.
like
That's
that.
right.
I'm just letting you know I've never done Facebook, never been on Facebook, never. I know the big thing now, just let you know how bad I am. I know never done Twitter, never done IG, never done Snapchat, never done what's the other thing that's going on? TikTok, never done TikTok. Most of the time I hear stuff is because I'm with my friends and they'll show me on their phone. That's kind of how I find out things that's on TikTok. Now, do I get on YouTube? I like to get on YouTube and watch other people's videos. I love to play golf. Matter of fact, I'm playing golf tomorrow. So I do like watch, get on YouTube and watch some other. I probably got like a couple of guys that I like to see that trade or that I've been following for years that I think good traders that really don't trade that much now because they don't make so much money. They just kind of living their life. And I just kind of keep up with them. But that's basically all I do for social media.
As I always refer to Eric as he's like in trading, he's like the Charlie from Charlie's Angels. You hear him, but you'll never see him.
Never see him.
Yeah.
Don't know what he looked like.
Yeah. Right. And I'm gonna be honest with you. Another thing, like I said, I was already a private person. But when I first started, a lot of these guys that was big time, they was getting, people scamming, setting up pages with their faces, and I didn't like they were them, and people were sending them money. So that was kind of like, I know I'm not doing it now. You know what I mean? It got crazy because people take your information and set it up like they got, like if you own IG and they're like, I'm on Eric B's on IG. If you want to be a part of his group, send this and that, and it's not me.
That's right.
I started. They were doing that like 4 years ago. So that really made me like, nah, that's too much of a headache. Even if I was thinking about it, that really would, threw a wrench in it. I'm like, nah, I'm not going through all that. Then people reaching out to me, and I saw those guys having people reach out to them, threatening, saying, you got my money and all this, and it wasn't even them. And these guys doing videos trying to explain to people, that wasn't me, that was somebody else, so.
Yes, sir. So one question, last question. I decided to join your group. I have access to Discord, and I noticed you hit the record button prior to starting this particular Zoom. Will I have access to your old Zooms as well?
That was Kirk. This is Kirk's Zoom, but I do have recorded Zooms that I stopped for a little bit. I'm ready to start by putting them up. But you also will have access. Kirk, can you pull my university up? I do have a university with videos. Kirk, can you pull that up?
Oh, okay. That's what I was trying to get at, really.
All right.
If I could
Kirk,
access.
can you pull that up for me, please?
Yeah. Because this Zoom has been fire so far. I mean, you really simplified things.
This Mike? Is Mike?
Yeah. Yes.
That's because I'm fired, Mike. I'm trying to tell you.
I'm
the best. I'm the best kept secret, man. But these are my.
I heard that, brother. I agree. And I look to. I look to ignite my flame.
Swell his head up, man. That's
hold on. You don't need to swell my head up till tomorrow when I go and tee off tomorrow. Then I'll swell my head. Now go ahead.
Yeah,
go ahead, Mike.
But no, you really simplifying things, and I would definitely, like to connect my flame to your fire.
Oh yeah. I mean, I try to make it. I gotta tell people, I'm not that smart. So if I find something that's basic and simple, and it can make me money, why reinvent the wheel? But this is my university, and you can see all the advanced, medium, intermediate, advanced. Then I got my past Zoom. Click on one of even the bounce strategy. I have some of the strategies breaking retests right there. Click on one of them to show on the video. That's like an hour, just me. I don't know if you can hear it.
Yes.
All right, make sure. But that's me going through, breaking down strategy, all that kind of stuff. Make sense?
I'm telling you guys, you'll really love the bounce strategy once you become a member.
The bounce strategy is really just support resistance.
Yeah, this is good.
I really get into it and then go up to rejections, like going up, really people don't even really understand. You got to go up, Kirk. Go up. Understanding rejection, price rejection, stuff like that. That was just kind of simple, kind of what I was going
Hey guys,
through.
how you doing? This is Derek B. Just wanted to give you guys.
So we have all that, and I do need to add a couple more, like some new ones and things, but I do have, like, even down here, the advanced, how to identify trade setups, entries and exit trades. I did put, people wanted to know how to use the Fibonacci. I put it in there. What is confluence and stuff like that. So there's stuff in there, and I probably needed, that's nothing there. I didn't put anything. So I think I have enough videos to get you going. You know what I mean?
Okay. Right. So, all right.
And by the way, if you do join, we did put it out there just because where you get to get a one-on-one with me at least once a week for your first month. That's just for you.
What's the university? What's the cost of the university?
It's part of the deal, dude.
Part of the 150 a month?
Yeah, and the one-on-one is part of the deal.
Wow.
I'm telling you, I'm the best kept secret in the United States.
You got that right. You got that right.
So when you get in and join, just hit me up when you get in Discord, when you're ready for your one-on-one. I'm gonna tell you now, we ain't gonna build no hour and a half and all that. But we'll get up, and it's good to get on one-on-one so we can just have a conversation to see where you are and kind of get you headed in the right direction. Make sense?
What I would recommend everybody, whenever you do your one-on-one with them, be ready to have your computer set to screen share. Have some type of screen recorder so you can record what he's going over, because he may not, and you don't want to lose it.
Yeah, okay. Well, I mean, you write, if you're gonna do anything, write down your notes anyway. Yeah. But you'll be on the trainings. But it's good to have your note, your questions, and also too, one thing about one-on-ones that people don't understand the value, but it's also good to not just watch, because people always say like, okay, Eric, yeah, when you're doing it, you're doing, you marking charts like it's nothing. But when I teach and we doing one-on-ones, guess what? I'm gonna have you mark charts in front of me. You know what I mean? I want to see you mark charts and make sure you're doing it correctly. Make sense? Because everything is visual. I'm a very visual person. That's why when I fell in love with these charts, it's changed my life because I can see it. I don't need anybody to tell me this is going down. You know what I mean? I don't need anybody to tell me this right here is an uptrend. That we know that. I know that's an uptrend. I don't need it. That's common sense to me. All I need to know is figure out how to get in and make money with that uptrend. And then when it broke this, I don't need to know that this could have been a start of what? A downtrend. Makes sense? So that's the part that people leave out because they don't really pay attention to the charts. The charts is the money, guys. That's where it is. It's not the MACD. It's not the RSI. It's not overbought, oversold. It's not liquidity. It's not the banks. Not all that stuff that they telling you guys about. You'll never hear me talk about it. The only thing and I really don't talk about news until this year. I wasn't trading through 2008, 2010 when the crisis hit, but with the recession, the news did play a big part over the last 6 or 7 months with news, and I usually don't pay attention because with the interest rates, what he had 10 rate hikes in the last 10 months or something like that, and it changes when Fed chair speaks. It changes. It's worse than NFP. You know what I mean? So I did have to pay attention to that a little more this year over the last 6 or 7 months, where before the first 5 or 6 months, years, I never really paid any attention because the only thing I don't trade is NFP. but regular news didn't scare. I just stayed in because it was a 50-50 chance. But with this Fed chair speaking and everybody's talking about recessions, you got to kind of be careful and not trade when he's on schedule to speak. So I hope that all makes sense to you guys. Any other questions? Hey, put a 7 in the chat if you guys learned anything tonight. If I helped you guys out, put a 7 in the chat if I helped you guys out tonight. Appreciate it, guys. Appreciate it. Appreciate it. Appreciate it.
Guys, this Zoom,
Guys don't have it,
this Zoom is
I got-
recorded, and I will put it in our Telegram group so you can go back over.
Yeah.
I would like to say something.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
Yes, this is Myra speaking. I just got the EA yesterday,
Mhm.
and I have it set up on the 1 hour, and
Mhm.
with the recommended pairs, and it took it already won the first trade, and it was on USD CAD. Right now is running NCD JPY. It's up on give me 1 second. Almost 9 pips. And but the Euro USD, I noticed that it did not set a stop loss for the Euro USD. And I was trying to see if I did something wrong. Since it's you know, it takes the own trade. I mean, I don't know.
Yeah, no, it should have
This one is running negative right now. It's running 14 pips negative, but I'm not worried about that. I'm just looking that it did not set the stop loss.
Kirk, you hear that?
Yeah, I've never heard that before.
Yeah.
I never had that happen. I would need to check.
Yeah, I can send you either a picture or video if you want, so you can look
Yeah,
into it.
just send me a screenshot of it, of the actual trade, and the down at the bottom, your terminal down at the bottom. I've never had, out of 4 years, we've never heard that before.
Okay, definitely. I'll send it to you.
Okay.
Yes, sir. Other than that, I just went to work. I went to work and I came back, and this is the result. I just want you guys to know I didn't touch anything. I didn't monitor it. I just let it run.
Got you. All right.
We do our EA trainings on Monday nights at 8 p.m. Eastern, but we're actually going to start doing maybe one a week in the middle of the day for the people in different time zones too, like maybe 1 or 2 in the afternoon, because I think that's the consensus of everybody who answered, about anywhere from 1 to 3 p.m. in the afternoon, our time.
Did you get the new version, or is that the old version that you have?
I have I believe this is a new version.
That's the new one because she just joined.
Yeah,
Oh,
I
joined
downloaded
today?
it last night.
Oh, you just joined today, yesterday?
Yep.
All right.
Quick question for Eric B.
Yeah.
So Eric B, you go from the 4 hours straight to the 15. You don't go to the hour and then the 15?
I go to the hour sometime, but usually I already know. I would, with teaching, I recommend everybody go from the daily 4 hour, 1 hour to the 15-minute until you train your eye. Yes, sometimes because I've been doing it so long, I usually skip the 1 hour because I already know what I'm doing, if that makes sense.
Yes, sir.
So sometimes I do catch myself and I have to go back, but I recommend you doing it from the daily 4 hour, 1 hour, just to get familiar and to make sure you understand what's going on and you train your eye. But yeah, sometimes I do skip a couple, you know.
Okay. Thank you.
No problem.
Good training tonight, Eric.
I appreciate it. And I
Thank you.
appreciate you guys getting on, and thank you guys. I hope this helped you guys in your journey, regardless if you joined the membership or not, guys. We just want to throw some nuggets out just to show you guys how we do it, how we get down. Matter of fact, let's look at our trade. But even though I already won, I'm counting that, Kirk, man. I made a mistake, man. That's my fault. But I'm talking about my 20 pips, man.
Yeah.
It's coming around anyway, so it's probably gonna hit anyway. But yeah, man, I had that off. So Man, you see how I'm giving myself losses, man. I don't
Yeah.
like that. I'm gonna lose trades, but
All right, guys, if you're not in
myself.
our Signal Telegram group right now, you got 1 week left of it. There's the link right there. I just put it in the chat. If you're not in that Signal Telegram group, you've already missed 1 week. And he's 6-0. If he's counting this one, he's 6-1. I'm sorry, 6-1.
Well, it's gonna come around and hit again anyway. But
Yeah, it's coming up right there.
I was off on that, man. I'm giving myself L's, man. I don't like that.
All right.
But that's it, guys. Kirk, you have anything?
The only thing I got left to say is Golden State and the Lakers are on right now, so we got to end this.
Man, you keep pulling for Steph Curry. Watch.
That's the man. He gonna do it tonight. He gonna do it.
Watch Father Time come back and get you.
Well, if Father Time get him, then LeBron is Father Time too. So
that's what I'm talking about. Father Time.
No, he ain't gonna come back. No. You can get off my Zoom. You talk like that.
Yeah, but that's it, guys. You guys have a great evening, and you guys don't forget tomorrow's NFP. So I probably won't be doing any signals. Tomorrow is NFP, right? I haven't even looked.
Yes.
Yeah, so I probably won't be doing any signals tomorrow. If I don't see anything tonight, I may put one out later on tonight. If not, we'll start back on Sunday. But thank you guys. You guys have a great evening.
Same thing with the EA.
Thanks,
If anybody's running the EA tonight, you want to turn it off at least by 8:30 in the morning, New York time, early New York. If you're running, I close everything out.
Yes.
Okay. Good night, everybody.
Good night. Thank you.
Good night. Thanks.